When I started this channel, I made a decision that felt a bit unusual for YouTube. I decided to build my creative business in real time. Not from a position of success, not looking back with hindsight, not pretending I've got everything figured out. And before I go any further, let me say this. I'm not a mentor, I'm not a coach, and I'm not here to give you definitive advice. And certainly not a blueprint. I'm simply sharing what I've learned as I go. The good, the bad, the uncomfortable. And just so it's absolutely clear, I'm not being paid or sponsored by any of the platforms, tools or books I mention in this video. No affiliate links, no deals, no commission. Everything I talk about is simply what I've used, what I've tried, and what I've learned from. So if you're a man over 50, think about leaving the corporate world to start a photography business, this is the video I wish somebody had made for me. Because today we're talking about social media. And social media can feel overwhelming, confusing, and honestly, a bit ridiculous when you're starting over later on in life. You look around, you see people dancing, pointing at text bubbles, doing trends, and you think, that's not me. But you don't need to do any of that. You just need to understand how social media works in a way that supports your business, not your personality and your goals. So let's get into it. Before you post anything, before you choose a platform, before you worry about algorithms, hashtags, you need to answer one question. Who is your ideal client? This is the foundation of everything. When you're starting a photography business, it's tempting to think you need to appeal to everyone. You don't. In fact, you shouldn't. Your ideal client determines what you post, where you post, how you speak, what you show, what you don't show, and how to position yourself. If you skip this step, your social media feed will feel random and ineffective. Section 2, where your clients actually are. Once you know who you want to reach, the next step is figuring out where they spend their time. AI tools can really help with this now. They can analyze industries, demographics, behavior patterns, but you can also do this manually. Look at competitors, look at industry leaders, look at your existing clients. Plainly ask people directly. Pay attention to where conversations happen. Different clients use different platforms. Event medical providers use LinkedIn. Families use Instagram or Facebook. Younger creatives use TikTok. Corporate clients use LinkedIn again. The key is simple. Don't choose a platform because you like it. Choose it because your clients use it. Now for the part that feels really uncomfortable. And this is why you should start with one platform. We're told we need to be everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Threads, Pinterest, Twitter. But the truth is, trying to be everywhere means you end up being effective nowhere. When you're building a business, especially later in life, you don't have time to waste. You don't have the bandwidth to learn 6 platforms at once. So the smartest thing you can do is pick one platform and master it. Every platform has its own culture, algorithm, posting style, audience behavior. If you try to learn all of them at once, which I did try, you'll burn out. But if you choose one and go deep, they'll build. And they'll build confidence, consistency, and audience, inquiries, and momentum. Master one and then expand. So, why is my platform on LinkedIn? For me, the platform that makes most sense is LinkedIn. My ideal clients are event medical providers, training centres, health systems, organisations that value professionalism. LinkedIn is built for that. It's a platform where professionalism matters, expertise matters, authority matters, case studies matter, and real world experience matters. It's not about trends, entertainment. It's about value, clarity, and credibility. And just to repeat the disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by LinkedIn. I'm not paid to say this. I'm not affiliated with them anyway. It's simply the platform that works for my clients and my business. Once you've chosen your platform, learn it properly. Not casually, not by guessing, not by copying random posts. Learn it with intention. Study what performs well, what doesn't, how people write, how people comment, what gets engagement. Learn the posting style, learn the rhythm, learn the basics of the algorithm, and learn from people who've already figured it out. If you want to get the best advice you can, you don't need to spend a fortune. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. There are so many resources out there these days: Google, YouTube, podcasts, articles, and books. One of the best resources I've used personally is The Photographer's Missing LinkedIn. It's by Jeff Brown, and again, to be absolutely clear, I'm not sponsored by Jeff Brown. I'm not paid to mention his book. I don't get anything from recommending it. It's just simply a resource that's helped me. Learn from people who've already done what you're trying to do. My strategy is a combination of lessons I've learned from others, lessons I've learned from experience, and some of it I've learned the hard way, lessons I've learned from trial and error. I've tested different posting styles, different tones, different formats, different calls to action, different types of imagery. Some things worked, some things didn't. Some things really surprised me when they did work. But the key is this: you only learn by doing. You can study forever, but until you start posting, you won't know what works for you. I'm building in real time because I want to show the part of the journey that no one else shows. The part where you're figuring it out, the part where you're trying things, and the part where you're learning who you are creatively. The part where you're rebuilding your identity after decades in a different world. If you're over 50, leaving the corporate world and trying to build a photography business without blowing up your finances, which is easy to do, or your confidence, this channel is for you. I'm Duncan Scott, and this is Duncan Scott Creative, building a creative business in real time. A link to the book is in the description.